Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, audience. Good morning, people. It's High Yourself. We in the crib today. It's kind of cloudy outside, so I'm like, leave that alone. You know, I ain't never did no video in the house before. This is my first time. I got my plant or whatever, and I got my little music playing in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but anyway, this the last day. This the fifth addiction. You know, if you've been here since day one, since the first video, I appreciate all the love, support. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So the fifth addiction for me was manipulation, right? And when I say manipulation, I mean manipulation. You know, it comes in all different shapes, forms, sizes, and different characters. And a lot of people don't realize what they're doing. I used to be a person who manipulated a lot, you know, and like looking at other kids manipulate their parents, parents manipulate their kids, you know, people do favors for other people and try to manipulate them and change their emotion and make them feel some type of way. So today, day 5 of Kill Addiction, we're going to be talking about manipulation. First of all, I feel like if you help anybody out, you should never do it expecting anything in return. If you helping anybody out, you should do it just off the kindness in your heart or just off wanting to see them do better. Obviously, that's what real help is. You should never help someone out and then feel obligated to anything that person is doing. Okay? Excuse me. You should never feel obligated to anything that person is doing. You know, every time I help people out, I do it out the kindness of my heart. If people, you know, want to show their appreciation and thanks and decide to give me anything, that's perfectly fine. But I never really expect anything in return, you know, unless it's a job, unless I'm doing like work around somebody else or something, then, you know, obviously. But like, for example, when I go to gas stations and stuff like that and I see people and they like, oh, you know, I'm hungry, you know, I give. I give all the time. It like wherever I'm at, I give. I see somebody, I give them like $2, $3. You know, I mean it's nothing big, but at the same time, I'm giving them the 2 and 3. I'm giving them that money or whatever that they're asking for, knowing that I'm not gonna get it back in return. And a lot of people tend to give people things and expect more from them in return. Like, okay, somebody could give me $5, you know, and then like I'll be like good. And a couple weeks later, it'll be like, oh, you know, hey, let me borrow 15 or let me borrow 20, and I'll be like, you know, hey, I ain't got it. And they be like, dang, but you know, when you needed it, I was there for you. That's what I mean. That's manipulation, because now you make the other person feel bad. And they like, you know, start to damn you like, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't a real friend, this, that, and the third, just because you simply said no or because you don't have it at the time, which is a majority of cases, a lot of the cases. Now, I do have a couple friends that whenever I need them, they're there for me, no matter what, whenever, no matter what time of day it is, when I call, if I need them, boom, they got me, you know, and it's vice versa. But it's a lot of people out here that manipulate people. People just in general, just people that manipulate them. Artists get manipulated all the time. I see artists always in disputes with the record label, whatever the case may be, when they're getting manipulated, held back, and money get involved. It's a whole lot. It's a lot of stress. You know, kids manipulate their parents a lot. I feel like my son manipulate me a little bit too much. He know he can get whatever he want from me. If he do certain things, he get whatever he want. You know, they usually like pout, throw temper tantrum or whatever. You know, okay, cool, you want it, there you go, you got it. You know, that's manipulation in a sense, and people need to cut it. people need to cut it. Like even with like my parents would do things for me, and then I'd be like, oh, Davion, do this, and I'd be like, oh, I can't do it right now at the time, and they have a problem with it. You know, that's a form of manipulation. People get manipulated in relationships all the time. You know, like you ask your significant other to do something for you, they be like, what? Nah, I can't do that. And you know how it be. They be like, oh, all right, cool, whatever. You know, now you got an attitude. Now the other person trying to figure out what's wrong, how can I fix it, this, that, and the third, and everybody already got their mind made up. That's a form of manipulation. You need to kill it. You know, if you're doing anything for anybody and you're expecting anything in return, understand that everybody isn't like you, okay? Everybody can't go above and beyond like you can, and if you help someone, you should help them at the kindness of their heart, at the kindness of your heart, and not for what you can benefit from later on in life. Obviously, people pay people back, but you know, you can't depend on nobody. And this is for the people who do favors for other people and people who ask for favors too, because just like they can't depend on you, you can't depend on them. Understand, we were all born separately, unless you're twins. Like you quadruplets, or like, you know, it was you and a bunch of your brothers and sisters, y'all was born at the same time. Other than that, like, we are all born individually, we will all die individually, okay? We can't depend on nobody but ourselves. At the end of the day, no one else is responsible for us. Once you get past that age of 18 and your parents don't have to take care of you no more and you out into the real world, then that's that, okay? And you have to learn to be dependent. It don't matter if you 18, 25, 35, you know, learn to rely on yourself, because everybody's not going to be there. Like my friend that I spoke on earlier, it might be days where he or she isn't there for me, and I'm going to have to figure things out on my own. It's going to be times where you're not going to have anybody in your corner. You're going to have to figure it out, okay? And the best way to figure it out is to not rely on people at all. Or if you do rely on people, not to rely on them as much, because nothing is guaranteed, okay? Like I said earlier, if you are helping people, help them out the kindness of your heart, not because of what you can have in return in the long run. You know, good relationships are built off of the heart, not off of benefits. At least I feel like, you know, and with a lot of artists, I see people, oh, they sign deals and they be popping, you know, popular, and then boom, just go off the grid, off the mat. And you don't hear from them no more. Their career flop, all kind of different things. That's manipulation. That's taking advantage of them, because when the record label had your paperwork and had their signature, they can do whatever they want. You know, so if you're an artist, if it ain't right, if your paperwork ain't right, make sure you read everything before you sign that line, that black line. That's another thing. People need to understand the situation that they are getting themselves into. Okay, if you see you got a friend and every time, you know, you ask your friend for something, they can't do it, but then they ask you, and then you tell them no, and they have an attitude or a problem. Cut that friend, because it's bad news. It's all about energy, you know. Understand that no one is here to be manipulated. Understand no one here is here to feel pain at all, or feel like they are being abused or manipulated. If you are, find the source, cut it. Okay? Anyway, that kind of sums up my video. This is day 5, Higher Self. This series is over, so yeah, I'm going to continue with my spiritual journey. I'm going to continue to motivate myself. I'm going to continue to try to motivate other people. Okay, I got me a little setup now, so I can go crazy in the house if I want to. But we're going to still be outside a lot. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you're new, share the video so that other people can see it. They might be going through it, and they might could relate to it more than you can. So spread the word. Anyway, Higher Self, signing out.